Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. Today is Thursday, July 27th. You can always find our show on WSBN.TV, the World Sports Broadcasting Network, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Hope that you are enjoying the last Thursday of July in 2023. So today's topic, this will not be very friendly. Top 10, Thursday, we do that on Thursday. Top 10 reasons the KIJHL is better than other new BC Junior A leagues. We'll go through these this morning. Popularity contests are never going to be competitions where I would ever finish in first place. It's not my thing. Maybe that's why the focus remained in junior hockey and not in politics. Today's top 10 will ruffle a few feathers out west. That's okay. We can only go with what we know. Here it goes. Number 1, full-time staffs. In the other two leagues in British Columbia that are currently now operating at the junior A level, allegedly, full-time staffs are few and far between. These guys all have regular jobs, which is not a bad thing, but the fact remains they're not operating in the same level as the KI is. Very few coaches are doing this as a full-time job. Very few guys have assistant coaches as a full-time job. So that's the difference between one league and the other two. Number 2, dedicated dressing rooms are few and far between in the Pacific League and in the VI League. It's kind of nice. Walk into the barn, go to your stall. It's already set up. It's always going to be your stall. You're not driving your bag in and out in every practice. That's not catastrophic. We had to drag our bags in and out. But today's players are a little more spoiled. Not a big deal. More ice time, number 3. Now, some teams are practicing 2 times a week. That's not going to make it in the KIJHL. These kids are on the ice usually 4 times a week. Add 2 games in at the minimum usually. Sometimes they have Sundays off. But the rest of the time, it's pretty much work. And if you don't want to skate inside, you can skate outside. A lot of opportunities for a massive amount of time. It's a little easier to buy ice at $45, $50 an hour than it is at $150 or $200 an hour, where it can be sometimes when you're in the cities. Number 4, here's a big one. There's no carpool in the games. In the KI, you're going to go on a bus. You're not riding with your buddy. Unless he's on the bus. But a little safer to have bus travel than it is carpooling. Number 5, hotel stays on the road. Yeah, generally when you're going to go play a road trip in the KI, you're going to stay overnight in the hotel, play your game, turn around, go back. Pretty good trip. You don't see much of that in the Vancouver League or Pacific League. Number 6, here's a big one. More of the operating cost being covered by small communities who support their teams through ticket sales, corporate sponsors, and fundraisers. That's a big one. A lot of the teams in the other 2 leagues are fully funded by their players. And in the KI, the bulk of the funding is coming from the community. Number 7, obviously larger budgets and more of the budget being put towards player development. More practice time, more off-ice conditioning time, more fitness time, more video time. Number 8, here's a big one. closer developmental relationships with higher level leagues. You know what? Even though they're both technically junior A, I think when an Alberta League team or even a BCHL team or even probably a Manitoba team or Saskatchewan team wants one of these kids, I don't think you're going to get much resistance from the KI teams as you would other two leagues looking at those opportunities as moneymakers for the club. I think the KI teams understand that the more kids they can move to higher levels of play, the better the players are going to be coming to the league later on. Number 9 goes along with number 8, proven ladder of development, not only for the players, but for the coaches and even referees. Yes, a lot of KI coaches get opportunities at higher levels. It's natural. It's working. Had a coach last year think he was going to coach, I think it was in Osoyoos, and ends up coaching in the Western Hockey League instead. Gotta love those ladder of development moves when they go up. Number 10, another important factor, many current coaches and even teams with experience at higher levels of play. That's a big one. Bonus, because you got to have a bonus Thursday. Number 1, the KIJHL is just a higher caliber of play in a league that has consistently delivered a better junior experience. Going to play a game in front of 1,000 fans or 800 fans, 600 fans is much better than going to play a game and there's, maybe a few girlfriends, a few parents, and that's about it in the building. The KI, you're going to get into some situations on the road where it's hostile. You're going to walk in, your bus is going to get egged on occasion. That's always fun. But you're going to walk into the rink as the most hated kids there. There's some kind of developmental aspect to that's encouraging, and it's also a lot of fun. It's nice to walk in and be the most hated guy in the building. I kind of enjoyed that role. Okay, I'm 57 next week. I still enjoy that role. It's awesome. Bonus number 2, and this one is going to hit right out of the box. The KIJHL is already a better developmental opportunity than 3 or more of the current Canadian Junior Hockey League teams, clubs or leagues. There's 9 leagues within the CJHL. The KIJHL is already better than 3. Period. Already less expensive than 3, or at least 2, and already a higher level of play. That won't be popular, and the CJHL is not going to let the winner of BC participate in any fun postseason activities. Why not? Because they are scared. There you go, scared. And the president of the CJHL, Robert Mazuka, is a complete donkey. Did I say that? Remember Robert Mazuka from the NOJHL event? We went to a Sudbury, big fat guy that was smoking like a chain. Great example for our kids. Mazuka the Bazooka. I'm not going to say what next words are coming out of my thought process. All right, folks. Until Friday morning, that's tomorrow. We hope that you enjoy your morning coffee and have an absolutely great